Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Ben Sorensen's Real Country Interviews, bringing you the stars of country.
It's Ben Sorensen here, and this is my Real Country. And, you know, I've said it before, on Real Country, we always like to have a Buddy Goode time. And there is no one better to encourage and support and teach us more about having a Buddy Goode time than the man himself. You ready for it? It's a pause. We're building suspense. Buddy Goode.
Hey! Howdy, everybody.
How you doing, mate?
Mate, I'm good. I'm real good. I'm real excited at the moment with the new record and stuff like that, and so excited.
I love it. I love it. Now, tell me what you've been doing, because you had your last album out, which I loved, and the great video clip, Dutchy In The Morning. You know, I think that was really a story about life.
That whole album was about life, and life is the most important thing, I think, because without it, you don't have anything else. So I was very excited to make that record. It was my first release here in Australia, and this second one, well, it's a bit of a direction change for me. It's just more about the songs. But then again, there's lots of bits of life. There's a lot of personal experience involved in this one, and so I'm excited about that, to let all the folks know about other parts of my life and little stories I got to tell, Ben. Yeah.
Well, I like that, and I think that you've put a lot of effort, and rightly so, into the title of your second album, the one and only Buddy Goode. I think that's deep. It's about as deep as a kiddie's wading pool, and you know, I think it's good. I like it.
I'm glad you do. Yeah, a lot of thought went into that. We had plenty of ideas we were going to talk about, you know, for album titles, but. You know, I think someone said, I walked into a meeting at the ABC Records, and someone said, hey, it's the one and only Buddy Goode. And I thought, what a great title for an album. So that's how we got that one.
So for you, as a popular recording artist, do you enjoy the recording experience or the live performance experience more?
I don't really like either, but I have to do both. So if I had to say I had a preference, I'd say I like the performing side of it. I like getting in front of people and being able to sing my songs. We did a great show on the weekend up in a place called Taree, which is in New South Wales, and we had a great bunch of people there. You know, people from all walks of life, and I always find it really exciting to get there and get my photo taken with all these people. And I thought of doing something different this year. I'm going to have on my Facebook page, I'm going to have a best of photo section. So when I get photos taken with people, I'm going to create a best of, and I'm going to have that up there for all my fans. And I guess that's what it's all about. You know, getting out there and meeting people. I know you hear that said a million times, but I really like meeting people. I really do.
You know, social media has changed so much these days. Because now it's not just, well, back in the old days when you used to just have a website, you could control what sort of photos go up. But now, I mean, being the celebrity that you are, do you get some questionable photos, people that have papped you at inappropriate moments?
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is they keep getting me mixed up with this other country singer, and really I don't understand why. But they keep putting photos of him up there on my site, but no, you know,
maybe they get confused because you've got too many cars.
I think that might be it. Yeah, it's all about that sort of stuff. It's kind of weird, but anyway, I had some beautiful photos taken on the weekend, and I can't wait to share them with the world. Yeah, there's some lovely people out there, and yeah, what a great opportunity. And I tell you what, I got so many different outfits and things that I like to show off in my photos. People don't get to see that. They're hanging up in the wardrobe here. And you know what? I take great care in what I'm going to wear on the night. I just close my eyes, I go to the wardrobe, and I put my hand in, and I pull something out, and that's what I wear on the night. So, you know, it's always a free-for-all, and I can't wait to show everybody what I got to wear and what I'm going to sing, and then get to meet them and all that sort of stuff.
I love it. I love it. So when picking wardrobe, you know, I, as a bloke, sometimes I struggle with matching.
Well, you didn't today, because I really like that hat.
You know what, man? You know, this is dead. You can tell if you look through all of my videos on YouTube, you can tell when it's past the time for me to have a haircut or not, because that's when the hat comes out.
Well, I'd like to see underneath that hat. You going to show me what's underneath that hat?
I will. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. You're a funny man.
Just to look at.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, I'm very lucky to be blessed with a good set of hair. And, you know, I was thinking of getting it cut this time around for the new promo shots and everything. But I thought, well, you know, it can, you know, it'll always grow back, of course. But no, I like having the long hair. I've had it for a long time, and while ever I got it, and while ever it hasn't turned gray, I'm going to keep it that way.
Well, even if it does, I mean, for me, I got a little bit of salt and pepper going on. I think salt and pepper looks distinguished, but it takes forever at the hair salon to put the foils in over the individual hairs to get them grey like that. It's terrible.
So you're only talking about a half a dozen or something, so like that.
Well, actually, they tend to multiply for some reason. I don't know what that's about.
Well, I got them somewhere else, but not on my head.
But don't you have them permed?
Those days are gone. I don't see much action down there anymore, so don't worry about it.
Well, you know, there's only one reason for that. And that's because Buddy Goode is about high standards.
Well, yeah, you know, you're right. Because when I used to get a little action down there, I used to go into the hairdressers. And I think the last guy who permed my underneath hair was Joe Bailey. So, yeah. So I like to take good care. And I think it's all about that. So you've got to go and see the best.
Oh, definitely. The best of the best. And, you know, I was actually in one of his salons a little while back, and I didn't actually see that service listed on their menu. So that must just be a very special celebrity service.
That sort of service happens out the back behind the curtain.
To the left of the coffee machine. I'll be having short blacks from now on.
They do offer you a glass of champagne with it, too.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
That's exactly right.
Now, the album, you've been focusing on the songs a lot more. What surprises do you have in store for us? What tasty audible treats do you have to tantalise our ears? Well,
you know, I mean, the great thing about this album is that I think it appeals to a lot of people, and there's songs on there for everybody. My personal favorite song on the album is a song I wrote about my friends that I grew up with. That song's called Jimmy Likes Dick. And a lot of people like that song. But then, you know, there's songs that I don't like so much. Well, not as much, I should say.
You know what? I enjoy your album, the one and only Buddy Goode, so much. And I do like Living Life on the Edge. So how about we play a game of Russian roulette?
Ooh, that sounds dangerous, but I'm in.
Yep, beautiful. Because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the album on shuffle.
Ooh.
Because we always play a song at the end of a Real Country interview. So I'm going to put the album on shuffle and see which track we're going to end up with. So this could go really well, or it could dead set go pear-shaped.
This could be the end of your career. I hope you realize this.
You know, at least then I could blame it on something other than me.
I don't mind taking the blame.
You know what? So let's can the yakking. Thank you very much, the one and only Buddy Goode. You've got to get your hands on this album. And let's spin that wheel, baby. Let's can the yakking.
It's great for a yak. I love the yakking with you.
Well, let's can it now, spin the wheel, and see which track we end up with. Thanks, Buddy Goode.
See you later.
On the count of 3, you're going to wake up and tell me exactly what's been bothering you. 1, 2, 3.
It was late one night, it was thunder and rain, when my 18-wheeler broke down again. I found me a bar, pulled up a seat when a mature-aged woman started hitting on me. She brought me a drink, said her name was Jill. She was almost as old as my grandma Lil. Still filled with shame, won't forget that town. Still dread the night I broke down in Cougarville. Cougarville, where the young girls won't, but the old ones will. Forget your pride and get your thrill down in Cougarville. She said, come upstairs and I'll teach you a lesson. We got to a room and she started undressing. She took off a jacket and let down a dress. Said nice snakeskin boots, but those were her legs. We got into bed under the sheet. She took down my undies and she took out her teeth. Still filled with shame, won't forget that town. Still dread the night I broke down in Cougarville. Cougarville, where the young girls won't, but the old ones will. Forget your pride and get your thrill down in Cougarville. She had a map of Tassie from hip to hip. I saw more bush than the White House did. When she was on her back, you should have seen her breast. One went east while the other went west. To satisfy her, what I had to do was imagine her pre-World War II. Still filled with shame, won't forget that town. Still dread the night I broke down in Cougarville. Cougarville, where the young girls won't, but the old ones will. Forget your pride and get your thrill down in Cougarville. Cougarville, Cougarville, where no one needs a morning after pill. Forget your pride and get your thrill down in Cougarville. Down in Cougarville. Down in Cougarville. Down in Cougarville.
Another Ben Sorensen Real Country interview. Hear this interview and many more at www.realcountrymix.com.